Okay, you are here mainly because you are struggling with consistency. You've been blowing accounts left and right. You've been changing strategies. You've been going from one mentor to the next. They're telling you you need to be patient. You need to calculate your risk. And you're like, how do we calculate this risk? What is going on? Like, show me something that is realistic. Don't sell me dreams. Okay, fine. Now you are here. Let's fix this thing. Um, I have a tool here that you will need in order for you to be able to protect yourself from blowing. And disclaimer, if you want this thing to work, right, take one trade per asset. Do not take 10 trades like what you've seen on Instagram or on Telegram groups or on your Facebook, right? Don't take 10 trades. It doesn't make any difference if you take 100 trades. Why don't you just take with a bigger lot size? Why don't you just take one trade with a bigger lot size? Okay, that's another thing that's killing people. But I don't blame you. That's what people are showing you there. They're saying all trades are in profit, scrolling down. But when you see it's all trades on what? On one instrument, on maybe it's Nasdaq. Just take one trade on Nasdaq, let it move. Okay. Suppose I was to sell Nasdaq at current price, right? Say I was to sell Nasdaq at current price, right here, and place my stop loss above somewhere there at 8778. All right, some there, up there, okay, and put my take profit there. How much lot size? Keep in mind what I'm showing you on the charts here. It's basically me looking at the technical part of trading, right? If it's a strategy that is saying maybe you're seeing some sort of a harmonic pattern there, I can see something there. Maybe you're seeing some sort of a harmonic pattern. It's much clearer if you go to 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour, even 1 hour, should be much better. Let's say I was to sell and place my stop loss a little bit higher and target this low down here, okay? And target this low down here. How much would my lot size be for this specific account size? Notice how this is going to change from your account size to another person's account size. It's not going to be the same lot size, and it's not going to always be the same lot size depending on the setup. If I decide to put my stop loss here, the lot size won't be the same. If I decide to put my stop loss up there, the lot size won't be the same. So the stop loss is related to the lot size, but in an inversely proportional sort of a relation thing. Okay, so the bigger the stop loss, the smaller the lot size. Okay, all right. So in numbers, the tool, what is the tool doing actually? Suppose I was to sell there, put my stop loss there, put my take profit there. So I have that entry, it's at current price. Stop loss here, down here, as you can see, it's 82. No, this is take profit 8295. You can see my take profit there, 8295.8, and then stop loss up there, it says 8802.3. 8802.3, that's my stop loss. Now this is an instant order. You see what it says, order type instant order, and then the commission, that one is zero. We don't have commissions here for this specific account. And then down here it says risk. This is very important. Here where it says risk, this is very, very important. It's basically how much you want to risk per trade in percentage. So I always risk 2% of my account. Okay, I always risk 2% of my account. So if that is 2%, it's that amount there. This is how much I'm risking for this specific trade. That is 2%. Okay, and then the reward, if I'm hitting the TP there, it will be that it's changing mainly because price is moving up and down, and this is supposed to be an instant order, as I've said there. Okay, so if I was to sell from where it is and target this low, this is how much I was gonna get, that much. Okay, it's going up and down, of course, price is coming down. But what lot size should I use for this position? Okay, this is where the position size comes in. So this tells me This is the lot size that you should use, Vindi, in order for you to risk 2% and risk 240 for this specific setup. Setups are going to be different. If I decide to put my stop loss down, a little bit down, notice how the lot size changed. Remember what they said? They said their stop loss is inversely proportional to the lot size. Okay. Notice how much now the stop loss have changed. But the money that I'm risking is still the same, still 240. Okay. Still the same. So this stop loss have nothing to do with what I'm risking there. Okay. As long as this is kept constant, the risk per trade is 2%. Disclaimer, disclaimer, and warning, warning, warning. Do not change this. Today you feel like you are in a good mood. You decide to risk 10%. Tomorrow you feel like I'm in a bad mood. I decide. You will never see consistency with this tool. With this tool in your disposal, you will never see consistency. That's why I said do exactly what I'm telling you. Then you should be able to survive. Okay. Do not, once you decide from day one that I'm going to risk 1%, or I'm going to risk 2, because look, if I decide to risk 1%, okay, this is 1% of my what? Of my trading account size right here, okay, which is that. All right. And then I won't change this if I'm risking 1% every time. I'm always going, the next trade that I take, if I decide to trade currencies down there, I'm still going to be risking 1%. Okay. So it doesn't matter. That's why I can put a stop loss at 100 pips if I want. If I'm trading currencies, I can pull it up there to 100 pips and still be able to trade. But the one thing that's going to change is the position size, which is the lot size, as you can see. The lot size is that one thing that's going to change. Okay. The lot size will change. If I decide to move a tight stop, the lot size is going to be much bigger, but the amount that I'm risking doesn't change. It's still 120. Huh? So for those who are scared, I can't put a big stop, it's because they don't know that the stop loss have nothing to do with your lot size, actually. I mean, it have nothing to do with how much you are risking, because your risk per trade is determined by this percentage, this two, this, that, and that. And then the lot size is related to the stop loss, depending on how big the stop loss is. Okay. I hope this is not rocket. So yeah, so this is how you actually use this. You can move the lines around if you want to change. Let's say maybe you've analyzed and decided to put your TP here, put your stop loss there. Yes. So when I change these lines, you can see everything changes here as far as the risk, I mean reward rather, because the reward I have to do is controlled by this take profit line that I'm moving up and down. Okay. All right. So this is actually what you have to do every time you take a trade in order for you to survive. But I need to repeat this, keep this constant, because I'm not going to come out here and say, hey, you need to risk 2% and not show you how to actually get this 2%. So suppose I was to trade now, of course, what I can do is, let's say I want to sell this, I'm going to click on sell, right? Right here, I put the lot size, which is this, okay? And then under stop loss, I already know the stop loss. I've determined that according to the analysis. So the indicator can just copy this number, put it on stop loss there, and then copy the TP, put it there. Okay. And then when I'm done, I will sell with that particular lot size. All right. So that's everything that I'm gonna get. That's as far as the results that I've calculated. I'm gonna be risking that 122. So I will know that if I get stopped out, I will only lose $120. Okay. So that's actually how you do these things practically, because I don't want to teach theory and people never get to see how to do this. I believe that's what you're going to find even on YouTube if you were to say search for a similar topic. It's theory, never get to see how to actually do it. The rest of the parameters on this thing, just leave them the way they are. It's fine. Just focus on this first window, the margins and the swaps and all those things. Just leave them. Okay. Then focus on this, the risk per trade, the very important, this one rather. Risk per trade, I usually put I risk 2%, I don't risk 1%, I risk 2%. So if I was to check this, 240 will be my risk. Okay. And then I will put the lot size that the calculator is giving me. Please, Notice, sometimes if your account is too small, it will always give you the smallest lot size there. If your account is too small, it will always say 0.01. Okay, because it's not very feasible to do this on a tiny account. It's not doable on a very small account, because 2% of that, you won't find a trade that will give you a nice 2% risk if you have $100 account. But at least this tool will be able to show you how much you are risking. You will know how much you are risking, and you will know if you are risking more than what you're supposed to risk. Okay, so the tool will help you in that regard to say, okay, sharp, this is how much you are risking, although it's much bigger than what you're supposed to be using. But make sure that as soon as your account is nice, stick to 2%. Don't do nonsense and put 10% there, because if you have 10 losses, you are out. You see, 10 losses. If you have 10 losses in a row, and with how you guys are trading and how you've been taught to sell one asset 10 times, if those things they just go west, they're gone. If you sell 10 times and then they just go towards your stop loss, you have blown your account with the same tool that I'm showing you. So make sure that this is a reasonable amount and you're taking one trade. I can't stress this enough. I know you are watching this video, you do exactly the nonsense that I'm telling you. You do this nonsense of taking 10,000 trades, sell. So who taught you that nonsense? Give them this video, share this video with the person who taught you that nonsense. Sell once with a decent lot size. Wait. hmm? The stop loss is there to take care. I already know what you are risking. I know this is 240. So why should I babysit this trade? Tell me why I should. Give me at least 5 reasons. I'm scared it's gonna go in my direction. The stop loss is there. That's what the stop loss is for. Hmm? All right. I think I've covered at least the basic part of what you can do in order to survive in this game. You can still blow an account, by the way, if you do not follow everything step by step. Make sure that you always calculate the risk before you take a trade. You have a stop loss. You have everything in place. All right. Yes, and discipline as an individual, it's very important. So if you sell here and then price goes, it's going towards your stop loss and then you remove it. It doesn't matter if you calculate it. This get in a habit of accepting that your stop loss is there to be hit. Okay, because if you calculate and I get a 3.2 lot, then I sell. But when it starts going up, I remove the stop loss. What was the purpose of me calculating? This is what some of you do. Mm? So move this thing and forget. Move away. Do other things. Watch Netflix. We're in quarantine right now, so you can do other things. So yes, that's what I wanted to share. So I will link this indicator down, and actually find it. Are you gonna find it from my Telegram channel? No, you're not gonna find it from the Telegram channel. What you have to do, share or comment or like this video and subscribe. And then when you are done with those things, you can send me a screenshot if you are comfortable with that. Then I will give you this indicator. Or I might put it on the channel. All right. But just try to subscribe. It's for free. Just click on the subscribe button down here on YouTube. Just next to the Vindi name. You can see that, right? Subscribe or like. Then I will hook you up with this tool. And yeah, of course they are like my it might look different from mine. You just have to tweak it a little bit, which doesn't it's not rocket. But yes, do that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, dislike, do whatever that you have to do. Share this video with people who have been stealing your dreams and telling you that calculate your risk, but they never showed you how to calculate the risk. But if you're using a mobile phone, unfortunately, you cannot install this thing on a mobile phone. And if you're on Android or iOS, you cannot. You can only do this on Mac. You can only do this on PC or other Windows. Yeah, you can put this thing on your MT4, right? Otherwise, sharp, share the video. Share the video with your mentors, your people, your groups, your Telegram groups, whatever that help others, because it's not every time that you'll be able to see stuff like this being shared on the net. Because hey, traders, we are a bit, hey, we are We are scammers, actually. Let me just put it like that. Traders, hey, we're not transparent when it comes to these things. We love selling dreams. Yo, hey, let me stop before I start preaching. Otherwise, sharp. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Vindi. I'm out.